What's going on? What's going on, people? It's your boy Wildcat. WCAT. No matter what you hear, there's a cat in your ear. This is your boy Barnabus the Cat. Give it up for me. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. What's going on, y'all? It's the Barnabus the Cat Show, man. You know, we talk what's real, and that's how we keep it, you dig. Having some technical difficulties in the studio today, but that will not stop the process. Oh yeah. When you don't have the money, you still got to be funny. It's your boy Wildcat, man. Barnabus, I don't know what I'm calling myself, but I do have my good friend on the line. He is a good friend of mine. He is a writer, producer. He is a cameraman. He is an actor. He does it all. My good buddy. Y'all say what's up and show some love to the one and only. Y'all give it up for King B. Give it up.
Appreciate it.
Hey, what's up there, brother B? That's all right. How you feel, man? How you feel?
I'm good, man. How you feeling?
Oh, man, I'm excellent, man. I'm excellent. These technical difficulties are trying to ruin my dreams, but I won't let it stop me. What's going on, man? What's the new projects you working on, man? Tell the people a little bit about you, who you are real quick, and what you got going on.
Oh, man, I ain't doing nothing, man. I'm just chilling. No, I'm just kidding. We're actually working on a movie about mental health. Mental the movie, that's the thing right now. We're doing the fundraiser, and so people know that it takes a lot of money to do these films sometimes, and especially in my situation, because I'm not doing the camera work anymore and all that good stuff, which I used to just run around and shoot everything because of physical situations. Let's put it like that. We're going to be hiring people and getting other people in there. So that's the reason why we're raising the funds for Mental the Movie. So anybody wants to donate, go to GoFundMe.com/Mental the Movie, and you can get right in there. And we have the movie one of the movies that you're in, Roost, a top selling gangster movie that we did in 2008. Mm-hmm. That's streaming on Plex right now, so you can watch that for free. So, watch the movie and then go to donate, or vice versa, either way.
That's right.
Check it out, Roost.
Check out that movie, Roost, man. It's a good movie, man. It's a real good movie, man. And brother has a lot of movies under his belt. Today, man, we are talking about the importance of emotional intelligence. That's what I want to talk about today. Emotional intelligence is commonly defined by 4 attributes. Number 1 is self-management. Number 2, self-awareness. Number 3, social awareness. And number 4, relationship management. Those 4 things will help you to manage your emotions. I want to talk about that with you today, King B. You're doing things about mental illness. I'm doing things about emotional intelligence. What has the last year and a half done to most people, our people, and what's your approach to helping and working with people that have mental illnesses?
I think that, a lot of people with the pandemic realize that they don't like the people that they married or going out with or that they're around. When you're working and you're zipping and zapping and, away from your family all day. You take them in doses. Yeah. A lot of people suffered from mental illness or mental health issues, let's put it like that. And they also suffered emotionally because they were stuck in the house with people that they don't really, or they found out they really didn't know. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And I had a post on social media, and it was, if there was no sexual attraction, would you and your mate actually be friends? I think that's really important because sometimes we want to hit it, males, females, whatever, and then we overlook certain things about those people and just in effort to get what we want physically. So, you see a lot of women, I've seen a lot of women that'll say, can I just have someone who doesn't want to screw me as a friend?
Right.
Are you friendly? Are you someone that someone wants to be a friend with? And I would think that a lot of people, we got a divorce rate of about 50% in some countries. Once that sexual attraction wears off, then you start seeing the person for who they really are. And sometimes we don't like those people. You know what I mean? So I think that what the pandemic did, for some, it brought them closer, which is great. For some like me, who is sort of like a hermit, I was having a joyous time just being away and being to myself because I actually enjoy myself. And then for some, they were stuck in the house with people that they didn't know or who sort of changed under the pressure. And there were a lot of domestic violence issues, mental health issues as a result of that. So those are the things that I've seen. It was a challenging time for some and a prosperous time for others. So, it just depends on who you are and what your emotional quotient is.
Yeah, it's deep. And it's dope that you're aware of this and we're approaching it, because a lot of people have these issues and they don't address it until it's too late. That's a big piece of what I want to do. Just get people talking. Just get people going. Get people to know, we need that support. You got to do that support. That fundraising is big. And, people have those extra coins, man. And because it's not affecting them directly, they don't feel like it's an investment. Invest in this, people. Invest in your people. Trust me, man. It makes all the difference, bro. It makes all the difference just addressing what I'm going through. And it ain't nothing. Your therapist ain't nothing but somebody it almost seems like you on a date, but y'all ain't going nowhere. You know what I'm saying? It's really just to get to know you, open up your mind, but just to have somebody to say, hey man, here's what happened this week. And to get those tips, because we always figure out what's going on with us, but we don't do nothing about it. We don't read nothing about it. You could type in mental illnesses, help with mental illnesses, books on mental illnesses, tips on dealing with mental illnesses, and stuff will pop up. But what I'm realizing is that our people are not going to do that. So it's our job to do shows like this, to do what you're doing, to bring it to light.
There's a couple of things that you're saying. One is that sometimes, again, going back to not knowing who you are or not being satisfied with who you're with. Sometimes you want, women talk a lot about, she was pretty. She gave the dude sex whenever he wanted it. X, Y, and Z, cook the meals, clean the house. And that's cool. And then he went and, he went and cheated on him with a quote unquote ugly chick. Well, see, the ugly chick knew to listen to him and talk to him and give him someone that he can express himself to sometimes. And it turned into something else. It developed feelings because he was able to be emotional and vulnerable with that person, and it led to something else. So it's not always, how big your ass is or, how much sex you're giving, how good you are in the bedroom. A lot of times it's something as simple as being able to listen to that person, and things of that nature. And the other point was, it affects everybody. I don't care, unless you are living by yourself and you never interact with other people, you'll be surprised how many people are actually going through a mental health issue. So what's happening is, even though you may not feel like you're affected, or you may not feel like you're going through a mental health issue, you're still dealing with someone who is.
Yeah.
which,
Yeah.
depending on the level of how you have to deal with them, whether it be in the workplace, in your social gathering, or in your relationship, you are still dealing with people who may be going through mental health issues and can affect you, your peace, and your health, uh, physically and mentally, if certain things aren't addressed. So, I liken it to in Chicago. You know,
Mm-hmm.
people talk about 500 murders or plus or whatever a year, and people in certain areas that just act wild and do all kinds of things. What they fail to realize is that anytime something like this happens, with a school shooting or something like that, they send mental health professionals to help people get through those times. And many of us, many communities in, well, not just Chicago, all over the country, they have a Columbine every week or
Mm-hmm.
day.
Yeah.
And at that point, these young kids are going through PTSD. You understand what I'm saying? The same thing that people that come back from the war have.
Mm-hmm.
They're dealing with depression. They're dealing with anxiety on a daily basis, and no one, and what they send to the hood is churches and liquor stores.
Yep.
Figure it out. You know what I mean? And so we have to get, plus, even if we do have more mental health professionals, we have to erase the stigma that's associated with mental health issues so that people will feel comfortable to go get the help that they need, even if it's available. But first, we have to make it available and also remove the stigma. And that's what we're going to do with, or we're going to help do with mental removal.
People don't understand the resources that are available to them. I didn't know. I'm getting my therapy right now through an organization that has a sliding scale. So if you don't have any money, you don't have to pay nothing. So that's the thing. Once we get it out of our mind that it's okay to need some type of counseling, then we can remove that stigma of it costs so much, because it really don't. People got to understand, whatever you spending on Black and Miles, weed, whatever, is a fraction of what it costs if you had to pay for it. And what people don't understand is that counseling is, most people don't want to do it because it takes work. It's not just talking to the people. It's homework that you have to do. I've turned my homework into a podcast. People have to understand that after a while, I don't talk to him every week. Now it's every other week. Then it'll be every other 2 weeks. It's it now, once you get that process going and you figure out how can I work on myself, what are the things I can control, what's my level of emotional intelligence. Once I'm real with these issues, then I can address it and start working on it. But let's stop all the extra shit and people talking about, oh, you need help. This motherfucker's crazy. The world is crazy. The fact that you know you need help or you're addressing these issues means you're not crazy. It's crazy to go through the same shit year after year and not do nothing about it. That's insane. That's insanity, people.
One of the things that people need to understand is what a lot of counseling is. A lot of it is outlet. How many times have we watched the TV and someone's shot like 15 people or something like that, and when they get around family members or people that knew them in school or whatever, you say, "Oh, that kid, he was just so quiet."
Mm-hmm.
It's the quiet ones you got to watch, and the reason is because they don't have an outlet for the emotional things that they're going through. They don't have someone to talk to that understands them or won't judge them. Mm-hmm. So they bottle it up inside. And what happens when you put pressure inside of too much pressure inside of a balloon? Mm-hmm. At some point, it's going to pop. So we have to learn how to open that little hole in the balloon and let it seep out a little bit so that it doesn't bust the entire balloon. And that's the very same thing that therapy provides. A lot of times it's just an outlet for people in a safe space where they won't feel judged and able to say what they have to say. And sometimes it's a podcast that can help. Sometimes it's a film, in my case, that help. It's a lot of things. Basketball or whatever, whatever, painting or just zoning out, listening to music, meditating. There are so many ways to release. Mm-hmm. And we have to, just like we have to go to the bathroom every day, we need to find ways to release some of that pressure that we feel. And then, we're a lot better. So when we start looking at counseling in that, because we look at it as, I don't need nobody to tell me what to do. I know what's going on. Right. But are you using your outlet to allow that pressure to leave? And so if we start to look at it in that form, because a lot of mental health professionals won't sit there and tell you what to do. They'll allow you to express yourself. And sometimes you figure it out once you hear it in the atmosphere. Or they may help guide you. So it's not all about medication all the time. Sometimes there are chemical imbalances that are physical and real and need assistance through a chemical outlet. But a lot of times it's simply just being able to express yourself. Yeah. You know what I mean? And even in that, in our daily doing, we don't realize the chemical factor in the things that we actually do on a daily basis. We don't realize that our brain is firing off, you know what I mean, electricity within our brains while we're thinking and while we're doing and things of that nature. So there are chemical buildups when you're, in it with a woman or something, doing something. That's a chemical release. All these type of things are chemical changes that's going on in our body, and we don't realize it, and we just think we're just doing something, and it's giving a chemical buildup, which is a physical thing, which causes different reactions, and then there are other things that's just emotional. You know what I mean? And both of those things need to be addressed.
Yeah. I appreciate that, man. That's some real gems that you're dropping. We got to get you back on, man. We did not have enough time. Before we leave, let everybody know, there's two things I want you to let everybody know. The first step, in your opinion, that they need to do personally if they know they have mental illness issues. And secondly, where can they reach you to support the movement?
If you know you're going through something, it's interesting because I went through like a 2-year depression after a couple of events that happened into my life. And, I grew up and, man, suck it up and keep moving.
Yeah.
And keep smiling.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that's and I'm used to doing that. I'm a performer. So while I'm going through these issues, I'm smiling and people think it's okay.
Right.
Everything's all right. So if you start to realize that, you start to reach out. You can Google everything else. Google, where you can get some help. There are those, there are some you have to pay for. There are some that you don't have to pay for.
Yeah.
So, reach out and do that. And do it, you can do it anonymously. You don't have to tell people. Or you can do it and own it. Either one still works as long as you get the help. And as far as supporting the movie, again, go to GoFundMe.com/mentalthemovie. That's GoFundMe.com/mentalthemovie. And check it out.
That's dope.
See what we're doing.
GoFundMe.com.
We got my boy Leon Rogers that signed up to host it as well. So it's going to be a good movie. Yeah.
That's dope. The name of the movie is Mental the Movie. It's my buddy King B, man. Thanks for everything. Right on to the real death to the fakers.
Appreciate you, bro.
Right on.